So Shannon Sharpe's demand the full video of him and his accuser having relations because he thinking that they're going to try to make it look like he done did some things to her, which it all was role playing, according to Shannon Sharpe. I'm sure all of you heard about Shannon Sharpe's allegations of taking some ass. I saw something that said that he tried to offer her $10 million. Allegedly, I don't know. Maybe I should say allegedly. Offering her $10 million at first, and then she was like, She probably thinking, if he offered me $10 million, I probably can get 50. So now she trying to get him for $50 million. Just right before he about to sign a $100 million deal. They probably had a relationship, and he probably was telling her, yeah, I'm about to sign this $100 million deal. You know, he probably pillow talking and stuff, but he pays her, you know, to come over and give him some. So they have a type of understanding, that type of relationship. It wasn't like they was like dating or anything. It seems like to me, you know, they was in a pay for play relationship. She talking about it's gonna be such and such for every cheek in a little text message that he showed. I bet you thinking, thank God I got them receipts, because she telling me to do all this and this and this. So she probably was in some BDSM, and that's probably what's on the tape. And it probably just looked like he just roughing her and maybe smacking her. You know, they said choking her and stuff like that and all this other stuff. But she probably was into it. So, yeah, I will demand the full tape, no edits, no jump cuts and nothing like that. You know, switching angles or whatever the hell. Unless she was the one moving the camera. But my thing is, why does she have a tape and he don't? See, people, this is what I was saying in my other video about this type of allegations on rich people, especially rich black men. I don't know why. Rich and famous males, I should say. They have a lot of money. I said always video record all your intercourses with anybody. So they can't come back to you and saying you took something from them or did something from them or did it without them knowing or under the influence or whatever. So you can have some evidence. You be like, oh yeah, who? I've been like, who said I did something? Keisha, when was this? Okay, 2023, Keisha. All right, yeah, okay, I got it. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, you want to think again before you want to come at me saying that you're going to sue me for something. And I got evidence. They're going to probably come at you and say, hey, it's against the law to record somebody, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, take me to court. I'd rather deal with that than to pay you a certain amount of money. So you need to protect yourself. Have audio, video, and audio. If you're a rich and famous male, shoot, nowadays you might be a female. If you're a rich and famous female, you might need to just start recording stuff, just in case somebody come out and say, hey, yeah, she did this to me, or they did this to me. It said the encounter took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup coordinated by plaintiff. She probably had it in her mind way before this stuff happened, and she was like, look, I can have him doing this to me and this to me, and I can be like, yeah. She probably looking at the tape. If I probably looking at the tape and say, look, if I didn't know better, I would thinking, yeah, this is kind of, you know, even though we role playing, this is kind of like he just taking it. It's all, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably the role playing that he's talking about. Even in text messages, you can see that they seem like they role playing and stuff. Come on, man. Just like Tupac said, when the Negro get richer, they come to get you. But he didn't say Negro. And Shannon Sharpe's going to step away from ESPN, which I knew he was going to do. They probably told him, you probably need to step away so we can, you know, let it all die down or whatever for a little bit. You know, because we ain't going to say we're going to, like, suspend you. We're going to just let you step away and say, you know, you're going to come back in a couple of months, you know, doing preseason NFL. So I don't even think at first they was going to name the person, or they didn't try to put their name out, but Sharpe and his lawyers have named the woman who filed this lawsuit, and it said does not name SA accuser unless they voluntarily identify themselves in public. I ain't gonna fault him for trying to mess with a 19 or 20-year-old. You know what I'm saying? You know, he 50 or something like that. You know, just having fun. That's probably why he was paying for it. He probably thought when you paying, you safe if you paying for it. But no, you're not safe. They getting greedy. She probably was blackmailing him for a little bit, and he was cutting it off, and she probably was like, nah, okay. He trying to, you know, shortchange me. Here's what I'm gonna do. You know, then she gonna come back, yeah, I want you to do this to me. Allegedly, I'm gonna say that. Maybe she said that. My opinion, this is probably what happened. And then he like, no, I ain't gonna, you know, okay, we can't do that no more. I'm tired of doing that, you know. Don't know how many times they done did that. Now, if this is one time, he should have been suspicious of this one time. You know, but I'm thinking he probably was like, well, okay, yeah, I'll do that, you know. I mean, I done been with women before and they asked me to do this to them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I ain't comfortable doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I might get too into it and, you know, all of a sudden, oops. You know what I'm saying? I got a little out of control. I couldn't control myself. I was about to skeet. And I was choking too hard, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be in that situation. But see, if you videotape that and you hear her say, yes, do this to me, then you be like, okay, yeah, I see you did that, but you did end her life. I mean, it was an accident, but, you know, at least you have video evidence. Always have video evidence. People, men, black men, record your sessions. You know what I'm saying? Record your sessions. You know, they got cameras that's small as hell. They got cameras that look like charger adapters. You know, they got cameras that look like pins. You can put them in the flower or whatever. They got small cameras are so small you can, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Cameras, you can put them in the smoke detector or something, you know what I'm saying? You know, because that's what Diddy did. Allegedly. That's what, you know, so I'm telling you. And see, allegedly, that's probably what Diddy was doing. Blackmailing people. Recording them and, hey, I got you doing this, I got you doing that, you need to do me a favor. Hey, remember I did this to you, don't tell nobody, allegedly, you know. So if you gonna pay for it, you should have them come to you. So you have everything all set. You don't go to them. That's another lesson that y'all need to hear. If you are rich and famous, you need them to come to you. Don't go to them. Because they probably can have the camera set up and all this other stuff, whatever, and catch you in compromising positions or something. You have the home field advantage. So you can have stuff in different places and stuff like that, just in case. And it's just your insurance. Y'all heard it here from Chris Magma. Spread the word. Tell them to record these sessions. Come on. You gotta be smart. Alright, y'all, that's it for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop videos.